I wanna see you twerk. I throw a little money if you twerk. I don't really think you can twerk. Twerk. If you broke, go to work. Make that big booty twerk. Make that big booty.
Okay, so I'm starting off by moisturizing my whole face using my Pond's moisturizer. Take some, rub it all over my face, because if your brows aren't moisturized, then the product will like skip over them. Like, it won't go smoothly. It'll be like, you can feel like the dryness when you try to apply the product, and that's where some people mess up at, because then it starts to look like patchy instead of like smooth. So first thing you want to do is moisturize your face. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia chocolate dip brow pomade, but there's also a dupe of this. A dupe means a duplicate of this at Walmart. It's the e.l.f. brand, and it's $3, I believe, and you can get the color espresso that's similar to this, but I like to use this one. So open it up, and I'm also using an e.l.f. duo brush. It has the angled at the top and then the spoolie at the bottom. I prefer this. You can use a brush like this and then another one like this, but it's just easier when they're both together. So first, I like to start off by making sure my brows are arched, which I already did them before I started. But clean brows make doing your brows way easier, so just make sure your brows are cleaned up. So first, I don't take a lot of product. I just dip the product gently, and then I don't start from the tippy top. I'll start like kind of like right here, just because we don't want like that harsh line like right in the beginning. So I'm gonna start right here, and then I'm going to follow the line of my natural eyebrow. Now, what I mean by that, some people might want to start lower, some people might want to start higher. Just the bottom of your brow that you have right now, just follow that line. Don't do nothing extra, just follow that line. Okay, so we made our line on the bottom. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the top. Now, if your brows are like really tiny and you want to make them, you know, larger, you can go higher than your natural line. But me, I prefer to just go with my natural brow and just make them a little darker because they're thin. So I'm going to take some more product, and I'm going to start back again, and I'm going to lightly trace the line on the top of my brow. Now you see at the end it connected to the bottom, which is supposed to. If they don't connect, you did something wrong. So the next part is the easiest part, and you're just going to fill in the inside of it. So I start from the back, the tail, fill it in. Now with this part, you can take like more product than you use for the line, but you just don't want the line to be very thick and harsh. So that's why we only took a little bit of product. But for this part, you can take as much as you like. You can make your eyebrows as dark as you like, and you just fill in the middle. I want mine a little darker, so I'm going to go back in. Okay, so now when we get towards the front, you don't want to use as much product as you use towards the back, because your eyebrow is supposed to be like an ombre, so it's supposed to go light to dark. So I'm going to take a smaller amount of product and start to lightly. Alright, so when I get towards the front, I go up. Towards the back, I just swept it across, really didn't care. But towards the front, you want to make the strokes more precise, so I'll start to go up to make like hair-like strokes. And now I'm not going to dip my product in the brush, but now I'm going to make the line in the front. Very light line. And then I'm not going back into the product at all. I'm just using the product that's already on my brush. And I'm going to keep making those hair-like strokes. Like, I'm barely touching my face. Barely touching my face. Just fixing what we did back here. Making sure everything looks nice. And then you have an eyebrow. Okay, so now your eyebrow won't stay like this. When you put the concealer on, it'll clean it up, make it look better. So I'm going to take my concealer. You can use any concealer that you like. If you're just doing your eyebrows, I would use a concealer that's closer to your skin tone. But since I'm going to be doing a full face, I'm going to use a concealer that's 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So I'm going to take my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Now, this brush is just a flat brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. But you can get any brush that you would like. They have some at the hair store. The Ruby Kisses brand, they have flat concealer brushes. Just make sure you're using a concealer brush to conceal. I'm going to take some of that product. Okay, so if you're just doing your brows, I wouldn't take as much concealer, just like a light, you know, coat. But since I'm going to be doing a more full face look, I'm going to take more. Okay, so I start right about here, and I'm just gonna trace the line that I created with the product. Just trace it. Okay, so now in the front, I'm gonna take all the extra product off my brush, and then when you do the front, it's less is more. You don't want a heavy amount of product in the front of your brow because that's where you want the lightness to be. So back here you can do what you please, but when you get in the front, it's a very, very light hand. So now, no more concealer went on my brush. I'm just using what I had left over. So then now, I'm just gonna continue to trace that line. You want to make it as straight as possible. Notice how I'm not getting any more concealer. I'm just working with what I already have. And then you just want to blend out the concealer that you have. Okay, so now you're going to take a concealer brush. I have the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, literally what it's called, at Walmart, $3, go get it. And start from the bottom and just blend it out. Blend it out. And just blend it out. If you're a beginner, you may be thinking like, dang, like why am I blending it out so much? But blending takes a little bit of time. So if you want to achieve like the seamless look, I would blend until it looks like you barely even put concealer under there, just because you want to make it look natural, especially if you're just doing like your brows. You want it to be natural. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do the other eyebrow off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did the other brow, but I want to show you guys this mistake that I made because you might make it too. Okay, so this left eyebrow is bigger than my right eyebrow. So I wouldn't wipe off my right eyebrow just because they're different. I would simply just add more product to the smaller eyebrow to make it the same size as the other eyebrow. So since it's bigger on the top, I'll just make the top of my right eyebrow a little higher. So again, I don't want to start from the front. I'll start from like right about here, and just make a higher line on the top of the smaller eyebrow. So it's still a little uneven, so I'm just gonna add a little more product. Alright, so this spoolie is meant to basically blend the eyebrow for you. When we do our face, we have blending brushes, but when we do our eyebrows, we have a spoolie. So the front of my eyebrow needs blended out, so I'm going to take my spoolie and just blend that product. Blend, 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 blend. Now if the spoolie takes away some product like it did right here, you just go in, fill in that little gap, back in action. And then I still feel like it's a little smaller, so I'm a perfectionist, so I'm gonna go back in. Okay, so now I'm gonna be teaching you how I apply my eyelashes. So when I told y'all I'm extra, I wasn't lying, okay? So I ordered these very, very, very dramatic lashes off of Amazon. These right here, they come in 3 packs of 5. So I have 5 pairs in each pack. So I'm just gonna take a pair out of these. Disconnect them. A trick, if you don't know which eyelash goes on which eye, you hold the container facing your face. So since my left eye, can you see? Since my left eye is gone, this lash goes on my left eye. Okay, I'm gonna be using this tool. I'll show you a picture where you can get one out. But I can't put my lashes on with my fingers, it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna use this little tool right here, and I'm gonna put the lash in between. Okay, so sometimes people's eyelashes like go too far or too far in the middle because they don't cut it to the size of their actual eye. So when you put this in the tool, you'll put it on your eye. Wait, I can't see. You'll put it on your eye and measure how long it is, and you know, just cut it to the size of your eye. So I'm gonna take some scissors and just cut the end off. Cut the end off. Okay. So for glue, you can use lash glue, but to me personally, it doesn't stick or hold long at all. So I use hair glue. Get this from the hair store. It costs $1 and it's magical. So I don't use this applicator. I'll open the top, take a random brush, and I dip the brush in the glue. I'm gonna dot the glue evenly on the lash. And also the front might have like a little pointy piece that might hurt you, so just trim the front of that too. And don't immediately put this on your eye. That's where people make the mistake. They'll put their glue on and then just pop it on your eye and it starts slipping. You get glue on your eye, it just doesn't work. But if you let it dry for about 15 to 30 seconds, it'll become tacky. Once it becomes tacky, it'll stick right on your eye. So I'll just blow make it dry a little faster, which I think it's about dry by now. So what I do is I'll squint my eye to the side like this. And if you're a beginner, I suggest that you look into a mirror that has like a zoomed magnification side, just so you can see exactly where your lash line is, because that's where you want the lash to go. You don't want it on your lid, you don't want it on your lashes, you want it on your lash line. The band, which is this little top part right here, should be invisible almost. So I'm just gonna pull my eye down and place the lash. With this tool, it allows you to pick the lash up, place it where you want to place it, scrape off excess glue that may have got on your lid. Okay, so after, I'll just squeeze the lash together with my fingers. It's on there, it's secure, it's dramatic, just how I like it. And it's as simple as that. Make sure you guys tune in if you want to see how I created this look.